Okay, now hopefully you can all see my live UI that I have, the operator node for SafeC2 in Massachusetts. So like Pete said, this really looks a lot like the EOD workspace. So we do customize the operator node to look like the ROV workspace system of whatever the ROV is that the customer has that we've worked with in the past. We just pull those same applications into the operator node, so it can really see things in the same context as the users have been trained to do on their own systems in the past. We've added in some SafeC2 things that are specific for SafeC2 into this system. So just an example of that is the Safec2coms tab on the diags page, which shows you communication status through the SafeC2 network. So right now I am the operator node, the SafeC2 operator node, and we can see that I've got good communications up to the SafeC2 vessel node up in Vermont. And I also have good communications to the ROV, the defender that's sitting in the tank up there. The response time is very important to keep an eye on. So as the radio distance changes or quality of radio changes, we want to make sure that this response time is acceptable for control of the system. So right now we see it's well below 100 milliseconds most of the time. So we're getting a good response time between myself and Richmond. So I'm going to do a tank demo. We can see the video stream right now is coming from the defender that's up in the tank in Vermont. And we also have the sonar stream that's being fed up. So there's 3 streams altogether: the video, the sonar, and then the LCM telemetry information that's giving us all this information about heading that we see at the top of the screen, current depth that's over here on the left, position on the map. So I'm just going to focus on the video feed right now and my joystick control to do a demo for you. So I can open up this video view a little bit. I can also get rid of the tabs. So we can see that I'm in the tank right now. I've got my video. We have a float with a rope and an object tied to the bottom of it that we use for video testing and just for any testing that we want to do, like what we're going to do today. So the idea here is I'm going to use a manipulator to fly up to the rope and grab it. And I'll do that a few times. And this can give you an idea of synchronization between the LCM data that's passing through the network and the video stream to see that we can really control this vehicle from far away. If you look up in the upper left here, you'll see the camera lights where it says camera lights right now. We can switch through different modes on the joystick. So I can go through manipulator mode where I'd be controlling the manipulator, pitch roll mode, and sonar control mode. In the camera lights mode, I could just turn on LEDs like this. You can see the brightening a little bit. And you can hear my joystick as I'm clicking that it's reacting very quickly up in Vermont. So that's a good sign that the latency is excellent. So first I'm going to turn the camera to point down a little bit to the manipulator that is mounted on the bottom of the defender vehicle. So next I will switch into, in the upper left, I'll switch from that camera lights mode to manipulator mode, and I can control this manipulator. I can open the jaws, close the jaws. I can rotate it counterclockwise and clockwise. So I should be able to use that to grab this rope. So I'm going to change the depth a little bit. I can easily lower the depth or raise the depth of the vehicle in the water. I can change the heading. Right now I'm in auto heading and auto depth mode. You can see over here on the left, so that the heading that I choose will be represented by this white arrow on the top, 294 degrees. And it'll try to hold that. And the depth is the same way. So the depth 0.4 meters right now is the target for that. So it'll just hold that position after I change it. All right, so just going to drive up to the rope a little bit, raise myself up a bit, and to turn the manipulator a little bit more. Okay. I can just close the manipulator in on the rope, turn myself in the tank so I can back up a little bit. It's a pretty small tank, so it's a little bit hard to control the defender in there, but it works out pretty well for our testing. And so I can release, back off, raise myself up a little bit again, line myself up with a rope. So I'm just lightly touching the joystick controls as I move in. And grab the rope once more. Pull it away. Turn a little bit so I can back up again.